You had a perfectly normal morning. Coffee, drank, outfit slayed. Mine, well, kind of still buffering, but you were ready to be the most efficient secretary in the entire John Empire, the most terrifying corporate building in Seoul, where your boss John Jungkook looked like he was sculpted by Greek gods but behaved like Satan's unpaid intern, and you were competent, intelligent, reliable, a little unhinged, but no one could deny that you got the job done, even if your methods gave Jungkook weekly migraines. It was a bright Monday morning. You walked into John Corp like you owned the place, coffee in one hand, bubble wrap in the other. Why? Because your brain decided it was workplace safety day. You stood in front of your boss's desk and nodded seriously. He has sharp corners here, dangerous, a lawsuit waiting to happen. You whispered, then you wrapped his desk, the chair legs, the edge of his computer screen, even the potted plant. And for the grand finale, you stuck a big yellow note on the keyboard. Safety is sexy, you're welcome, management. At 9 a.m. sharp, John Jungkook walked in, crisp black suit, black tie, cold aura. He looked like he ate stress for breakfast. He paused at the door of his office, then slowly turned his head toward you. What the hell is this? You looked up from your bubble wrap roll and smiled. Good morning, sir. I bubble wrapped everything for safety. Safety? Yes. What if you trip and hit your head on your desk? Can't risk the company losing its CEO. He walked slowly into the room. Crutch. Every step sounded like a toddler's dream. Why is my plant wrapped? In case it falls, you said proudly. It's fake. He gave you a look as if you are a weird creature and don't know why he hired you as a secretary. Plastic can still hurt, you said, nodding like a doctor. He looked at you for a long second. Are you okay? Define okay. He didn't answer, just sighed, shaking his head, and walked into his office, closing the door very, very gently. At 10:30 a.m., the second disaster began. You knocked on his door and walked in with a shiny, glittery box. Sir, I changed all the pens in the office. Jungkook looked up slowly from his laptop. Changed what? The pens. These smells like fruit and sparkles, so everyone feels happier while signing things. You open the box proudly and his jaw dropped. This one smells like mango, this one grape. Oh, and this one is double sparkle strawberry. Very limited edition. He stared at the pens, then stared at you, then looked back at the pens. Why is there glitter in my contracts? It's scented glitter, sir. Why does that make it better? Because regular glitter is sad and desperate. Scented glitter has goals. He slowly placed his pen down. His jaw moved slightly. You knew he was trying very hard not to scream. Ryan, I want these pens out of this office. Don't test me. You picked up the box. Fine. You are so boring. With that you left. He sighed, rubbing his hand over his face. There's definitely something wrong with her. At lunch, things got worse. You plugged your phone into the speaker system because everyone seems too stressed because of how tiresome the last week was. 5 seconds later, the entire office was filled with loud, emotional K-drama music. All the employees, though a little surprised at first, but they started feeling the song, the piece, until Jungkook stepped out of his office, eyes wide. What is that? You looked at him like he was the crazy one. Everyone got back to their work. Music therapy. I read online that sad music helps people feel less alone. Who asked to feel sad during a work day? You are welcome, you said, giving him a thumbs up. He opened his mouth, closed it again, then pointed at the speaker. Turn it off. In 3 minutes, the chorus is coming. Kim Wyan, turn it off. Behave like a secretary, not like a kid. You sighed and unplugged the speaker dramatically. No one respects the healing arts anymore. You muttered. He walked back into his office, rubbing his temple. At 4:55 p.m., you peeked inside his office. He sat there leaning back in his chair, staring at the ceiling like he had aged 10 years. Rough day, sir? He looked at you slowly. You bubble wrapped my desk, replaced my pens with strawberry scented glitter bombs, and made the entire office cry with your music. You blame, but did you die? He exhaled loudly. No, but I'm concerned. About what? He looked straight into your eyes. About you. You were never late, never careless, never forgot a single file, but today Jungkook stared at you like he had just walked in on a crime scene. You stood in his office, hands on his hips, frowning at the giant money plant in the corner like it owned you money. Jungkook blinked, stepping in slowly. Why is my plant wearing sunglasses? You didn't look up. It was looking depressed. It's a plant, Miss Wyan. Stop feeling them. You turn around, dead serious. Exactly, photosynthesis. It needs light, not trauma. He stared and then, like it was the most normal explanation in the world, you walked toward your desk and muttered, I also played it lofi beats all morning. Jungkook dragged a hand down his face. You played music for the plant? You turned back to him with wide, innocent eyes. It improves the vibe. The vibe? He narrowed his eyes. Are you psycho? There was silence for some time. You gasped. You can't call your employee psycho. That's workplace bullying. Then stop giving me reasons to Google therapy. You huffed, marching past him. I was trying to improve the office atmosphere, okay? You come in here every day, all stiff and tense like your neck hasn't turned since 2009. The plant helps. Jungkook paused mid-step. The plant has sunglasses on, and my entire office smells like lavender essential oil and guilt. You gestured toward the diffuser. That's focus blend. Helps reduce hostility. You are welcome. He closed his eyes, inhaled deeply, and regretted it instantly. You turned my office into a yoga studio. It's better than the prison energy you had before. He opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. Do you even know what your job title is? Executive assistant. You replied proudly. Exactly, not interior therapist, not plant whisperer, and definitely not whatever just happened in here. You tilted your head. So no to the hammock idea too? He stormed past you to his desk. Absolutely not. You nodded, jotting something down on your notepad. Got it, no hammock yet. Jungkook didn't respond. He sat down with a thud, eyes twitching as he opened his laptop. You gently placed a glass of lemon water on his desk. Hydrate. Dehydration causes bad moods and wrinkles. He glanced at the glass like it had offended his ancestors. You smiled brightly and walked away. You are welcome, boss. Behind you, he muttered, I'm not paid enough to survive this woman. But even as he shook his head, a ghost of a smirk tugged at the corners of his lips. The next day you knocked twice before entering. He looked up from his laptop, brows furrowed. You are early. You walked in slowly, placing a white envelope on his desk. What's this? He asked, glancing at it suspiciously. My resignation letter. You said quietly. His fingers froze on the keyboard. He didn't even blink. Come again? You stood straight. I'm resigning, Mr. John. I've already drafted the handover report. You can start looking for someone who actually deserves the position. There was heavy silence for some time, too heavy for 9:12 a.m. He leaned back in his chair, eyes locked on yours. You are serious? You nodded. He picked up the envelope but didn't open it, just stared at your name written in neat, straight letters. You were hired because you were the best candidate, he said, tone unreadable. You smiled gently. I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying maybe I'm not what this job needs. He squinted. Is this about the plant thing? No. You chuckled softly, though I stand by that decision. He tilted his head, crossing his arms. Then what? Tired of the cold office? Tired of me? You hesitated, then spoke with quiet honesty. Tired of feeling invisible one moment and insane the next. He stilled. The joke that sat on the edge of his tongue didn't come out. You continued, You are sharp, organized, brilliant, and impossible to read. I know I act a little differently. I like things a little warmer, a little softer, but lately it just feels like I'm too much. He looked down at the envelope again, tapping his fingers against it slowly. Do you want me to agree with you? You blinked. What? If you are waiting for me to say yes, leave, you'll be standing here a long time. I'm not waiting for approval. He scoffed under his breath. Could have fooled me. Your eyes narrowed. Why are you being like this? I'm making it easy for you. He got up from his chair, walked slowly until he was standing right in front of you. Because you walked in here today ready to disappear, like you never mattered. That's the real problem. You felt your chest tighten, but you kept your expression neutral. He stared down at you, unreadable as ever, then added, You think I don't notice? The things you do, how this place feels less dead because of you. Your breath hitched, he looked away quickly, jaw clenched. Don't make me say this stuff. You folded your arms, then say something else, anything real. There was a long pause before he spoke. I don't want you to go. Simple, flat, and quiet. Your heart thudded. You tried to play it cool because you don't want to interview new people, because you're good, and I don't like explaining myself twice. You smiled. Was that a compliment? He rolled his eyes. Don't get excited. Too late. You grinned. He picked up your resignation letter and tore it clean down the middle, dropping it in the bin beside his desk. You are staying, and if I ever need to fire you, I'll do it myself. You raised an eyebrow. So generous of you. He walked back to his chair and added without looking up, Now get me coffee. You turned, walking toward the door with a smirk. With or without lavender? Touch the diffuser again and I'll fire you. You walked away laughing, and this time a soft laugh escaped his lips as well. It was late. The office lights were dimmed except for the soft glow from his glass-walled corner room. You walked in with two steaming mugs, ignoring the tight balls of emotion in your chest still lingering from the morning. I brought chamomile. You said, placing one cup beside his laptop. Jungkook didn't look up. I didn't ask. I know, but you clearly didn't eat, and it helps with migraines. He finally glanced at you. Do you always do things no one asks you to do? You gave him a tired smile, only when it helps the people who won't help themselves. He looked back down, saying nothing. You sat across from him, folding your hands on your lap. Why do you hate it so much? Hate what? When I act kind to you? He chuckled bitterly. I don't know, maybe because it's fake. You gasped, acting offended, and hit his shoulder playfully as if he's a friend, not your boss. You are so rude. And you are so daring. Why do you do it? You stare at him for a long second. What, annoy you? Because I know what kind of day you had before you even sit down. He blinked. What? Do you know why I act the way I do? Why I randomly install rainbow wallpapers on your computer or leave sticky notes saying smile or I am reporting you to HR? His brows furrowed. Because you are unhinged. You gave a weak smile. That's what everyone thinks, that I'm weird or annoying or too much. He stayed silent, but I only ever wanted to cheer you up. He blinked once, twice. I know what's going on behind all that stoic CEO energy. I've seen the news, the tension in your shoulders, the days you don't eat lunch because you were dealing with family drama or fighting investors or pretending like the world isn't burning around you. You finally looked him in the eye. I did all those things because I thought maybe I could give you a second of peace, even if it meant making a fool of myself. His mouth opened, but no words came. I know I mess up sometimes, I go overboard, but every weird email headline, every paper plane during meetings, every coffee with a smiley face was on purpose. Tears welled up in your eyes, and I thought maybe, just maybe you understood because you never said anything. Jungkook stepped forward, now standing inches away, because I never minded. You looked at him surprised. Do you have any idea how hard it was not to smile when you replaced my phone alarm with your voice singing the Super Mario theme? You choked a laugh. You almost threw your phone. I did throw it, he corrected twice and bought a new one, but I missed hearing your voice the next morning. You looked at him. I know you are trying. I just never said thank you. You pouted. You literally asked me last week if I was clinically insane. I did, he said, smirking, because sometimes you really do questionable things, but that doesn't mean I don't like it. You make the worst days feel lighter. His voice turned serious. You have no idea how important that is to me. Silence stretched, then he chuckled, brushing his fingers through his hair. You know, you annoy the hell out of me. Thanks. But I've been thinking about you more than I should, not because of the chaos, but because underneath all that madness, you care, and that makes you really, really hard to ignore. You stare at him. Wait, are you trying to say you like me? His ears turned red, but he tried to act tough. God, don't make me regret this. You grinned, eyes lightening up. You do, Jungkook likes me. He groaned, and now I have ruined it. You giggled, stepping forward and poking his chest. It's fine, you're not the one who's been thinking about someone. His gaze dropped to your lips. You better not make me regret this. You raised a brow. You kissed me first. I haven't kissed you yet. You smug. Then what are you waiting for? He didn't wait. His hand cupped your jaw and he kissed you, slow and sweet, like a storm finally settling. It was dramatic, it was chaotic, it was overdue. When you finally pulled away, breathless, you looked at him and said with a mischievous grin, "Still thinks I'm psycho?" He laughed, "Definitely, but now you're my psycho."